Hey y'all, my name is Dalal and I am back today, Christmas Eve. Wow, I know my timing is... No, it's not even my timing, it's the year. It fell on a Friday, so thanks 2021. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good one and happy holidays. Yes, this video will be themed around that topic, at least in the images, drawings, blah blah blah. Not so much the speaking part. That's a whole rodeo that I've got to cover. But today I'm bringing you another video, so grab something to drink, like maybe water, or since it's Friday, maybe treat yourself with something more, grab a snack, and or draw with me. If you draw anything while you're watching, feel free to show me by tagging me on my socials. I might just share them. No, I definitely will. If you ever tag me, I swear to God I will. With that being said, I have a wee story to share involving the little intro clip, thereby involving Leia. Last week, Tuesday, December 14th, I legit just got out of the shower that night and noticed something a little off about Leia, specifically on her face. She had a small lump, maybe a little bigger than a large grape, over her lip by her cheek. The thought of a mass did briefly pop into my mind, but oddly enough, my hunch wasn't leaning on that. In fact, it more so reminded me of my tooth infection earlier this year, and it would only remind me of it more so over the next 24 hours. It was too late to call a vet, and she wasn't acting in constant pain. She was avoiding us touching it, but otherwise she was acting normal, so we waited. That next day, we called around, and the lump was now more obvious and getting firm already. It was only just the morning, and it was... oof. So, I'm already, not happy about it. Even more. Throughout the day, she was finding it difficult to eat, but still drinking water. But speaking of the vets, our usual one was going straight to the answering machine and saying they were closed when we were calling during business hours. And we called more than once, but we were meaning to get a new one anyway. So, other vets weren't picking up at all. Which during the holiday season, it's common for them to be busy, which, by the way, if you have pets, please, please, please be mindful during the holidays of them. The reason why it gets this busy is because people either give their pets foods that aren't safe for them unknowingly, or their pets get into said foods without owners knowing. There's info online about what's okay for dogs and what's not as well. Not only is it just responsible pet parenting to be mindful, but it would help in events like this when an animal needs care for something urgent. Which also, I understand it's not always the owner to blame. I'm not saying that at all. I understand accidents happen. All I'm saying is just try to be more careful of your pets around this time, because there's going to be a buttload of food. If you know there's going to be that much food and you're not going to be able to give them your entire attention all the time, maybe put them in a separate room for the day, or tell everybody that comes over to not feed them anything, or to ask you first or something. But just because, it would really help in these scenarios where you need the vet. And the same thing happened last year with Bitsy. My parents waited hours with her and that poor dog. Anyway, point is, please be mindful. I know it's the holidays and it gets crazy, but just know your animals are important 24/7 too. And if you didn't know that it gets crazy during the holidays, now you know. Please just keep that little factoid in mind. Sorry for the tangent, by the way. Back to the story. Most vets were too busy, even the ones we contacted, and the best thing we could find that day was an appointment for Monday. And with the rate of growth of this thing, I was not comfortable with that at all. Which became lots more obvious that night when this thing swelled to the size of at least half a golf ball, if not a full one. Yeah, I nearly flipped my schnit, so honestly I got really anxious watching her that night. I let her sleep in my room or on my bed usually. I may not sometimes because my cat lives in here with me, and I wanted to spare him the annoyance of sharing space with her all the time, because they don't get along perfectly, but they don't fight. Anyway, I wanted to keep an eye on her that night, of course. Contemplated staying up and everything. Definitely stayed up a little later than normal. I eventually fell asleep, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. and noticed a new development. There was a small bit of this off-white thickish substance, which I assumed was pus, which meant it opened externally on her muzzle over this lump, which means it would be draining, which is a good thing, but I didn't know for sure. if it was, or if she just got something on her face somehow, which I don't even know what she would have gotten into, but also I don't think she would be getting into anything when she felt that bad. But anyway, later that morning, my mom says she found a vet and she had an appointment in a couple hours. So yay, that's a good sign. Leia's lump now looked smaller, but there was a chance this meant that it opened up cavities and could be going down her neck, which is hard to tell because floof and fluff in that area is usually fatty on dogs, so still not 100% sure. But I did do some more micron presses over the lump to try and help drain it a bit more in case, which in retrospect, I really do think it opened up and was draining because it got so much better so fast, but not the point. I was just worried in the moment and I wasn't sure. So anyway, fast forward, I went with them to the vet. This place is like 10 times better, bigger, and all around great. We didn't have to wait too long. It was usually skittish, especially at the vets. But she gradually settled down, and she was behaving while being handled by them. She did really well, honestly. It was kind of surprising. We even got to go in with her. Again, this place was much more sizable to our old vet, so that was a plus. So they looked her over, and to cut a long story short, the result was they didn't see any punctures or scratches that would indicate a snake bite or infection from a wound. The swelling did cause some root exposure, so she will need some teeth extracted in January. She got put on medication, and blood work confirmed that there was no signs of a snake bite or any kind of venom. There was still potential for an insect sting, and she was having an reaction or something, so the doctor said she could have some Benadryl. And that same night that we went to the vet, which coincidentally fell on her 8-year adoptiversary, the swelling was literally all but gone, which was so amazing. She still has a pretty firm spot where I assume the core of this thing is. She still has to go back for a follow-up to see if and when she'll go for surgery on New Year's Eve. Of all days, of course, I know. But anyway. Wait, hang on. The follow-up is on New Year's Eve, not the surgery. She has to be on medication, and they wanted to make sure she's not reacting to any of it or needs more time or anything like that, so we're gonna see what day she'll be getting surgery. But it's been a week as of recording this since the lump initially showed, and she's doing really well. She's been eating again and all that good stuff. I am still nervous about the surgery, of course. Anesthesia is always something risky, and it's riskier for older animals, or it gets riskier with age. She is 8 now. The doctor said she doesn't even look like her age, though. And she's been put under to get spayed before, but I'm gonna worry. That's just how I am. The doctor also mentioned that she does keep an IV on patients to keep fluids going, also just in case anything happened, so it's a quick and easy access point, so that does make me feel better. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. December needs to chill out. I swear to God, it never fails every year. Something happens, and it's really have been trying to like December and the holidays like the past few years, but it's just very convenient. I don't know. But to get to the point of what you're watching now, I guess, the first time lapse is a base I made that is available on my shop right now for $15, and I'm also going to be doing a few YCHs or your character here of it on Patreon for $25, so it's more customizable and everything. And the second is a Christmas gift. Shh, don't tell anyone. Same with the third, but to be honest, I'm probably going to redraw the second one because I don't like how the face looks, and it's almost too simple to make with the detail. Which, by the way, I say probably like I'm not. I have to, and hopefully I will have by the time this comes out in 3 days. Today. And then I may or may not share it tomorrow on socials. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna go back out of ASMR version now. So that's that. Sorry for the sudden audio change here. I went back and realized I need to fill the air a little bit better because it just wasn't lining up with the timing. Also sorry for my voice right now. I'm like in sleep mode and it's still kind of early, so yeah, I can't fix that. So just bear with me, I guess. Or mute me. That's fine too. I don't care. But I figured I would explain a little bit more about what you're watching right now. I don't know why I'm drawing so many lizards right now, but I have another one coming up that I need to get done before or by Friday night, basically. So I'm probably going to be pulling late nighters for the next 2 days because now I'm recording on Wednesday, and so I have even less time. So this one was interesting. I guess it was kind of another learning experience. I, again, was trying to go for a little bit more of a simpler approach. Not simple, but like not painted. And then I did anyway because I thought the scales weren't really enough. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to do minimal detail and make it look nice. It looks awkward if I do it. So I ended up going with full detail. Sort of full detail. I simplified the detail, but I still went overboard, as I do. So that was fun. Sort of. Not really. It's a perfectionist tick thing. I don't know. I guess it was still a good learning experience though, so that's good. And then I went in with all the shading and lighting, and I figured that the plates on the chest would have some sort of lighting, and I don't know how to explain it exactly. But I think that it turned out okay. It's decent. It's not terrible. It could be better, as always, but yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting to do. I kind of like how it turned out, I guess. I think, specifically the neck. I feel like the little scales turned out alright. And the eyes, I guess. They're not too bad, too shabby, too meh, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. But now that we are at the end of the video, finally, oh my god. Thank you so much for watching, if you made it this far. Your support really means the most to me. You have no idea. Thank you. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell, like the video, comment what you liked about 2021, I guess. Well aware there wasn't much to like, but there was at least some to like, so tell me what you liked. Also, again, remember to check out my shop for merch and this coloring base. I think it turned out pretty cool, pretty neat. And you can change the cape color and the bell and everything, so yeah. Here's my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Dalel, D-A-L-E-L. And here are my lovely, amazing patrons' names. They mean the world to me. They matter to my heart so much. I just hit 6 patrons. Oh my god. Thank you. If you can't support me there, again, just consider subscribing and supporting me here or on any of my socials. Again, please hydrate. Thank you. Bye-bye.